Daddy, something is in our house.
In the heart of Lagos, Nigeria, there stood a building that didn't just house tenants, it consumed them. A simple block of 6 flats where misfortune was not an accident, but a pattern. For more than 30 years, families who moved into that building all suffered the same fate. Something inside it was hungry. From the outside, it was just another apartment block in a bustling city. Affordable, relatively quiet. A chance for a fresh start. Families moved in. Businessmen, civil servants, young professionals trying to build a future. Each family arrived with hope. Each family believed they had finally found stability. But the building has its own plans. Jobs disappeared. Businesses collapsed. And worst of all, children began to die. Doctors had no explanation. Neighbors had only whispers. Some tenants fled in the middle of the night, leaving their belongings behind. Others stayed long enough to bury their loved ones. For decades, the building fed widely on the lives of the people who lived inside it. Until one grieving father decided he would not run. He would uncover the secret buried beneath that building, even if it destroyed him. This is the story of the building that ate its tenants. The first signs were always small. A man who had worked in a government office for 15 years suddenly lost his job. A trader's shop burned down overnight. A business contract disappeared without explanation. At first, people blamed bad luck. Life in the city was unpredictable. But then, something worse began to happen. The children. Healthy children began falling sick. Strange fevers, strange weakness. Doctors ran tests again and again, but they found nothing. No virus, no infection, no disease, and yet the children kept dying, one after another. Soon, funerals became a common thing in the building. Fear spread quietly among the tenants. Some families packed their bags and left without saying goodbye. The building gained a dark reputation in the neighborhood. Still, it never stayed empty for long. The landlord will renovate the house, fix the broken pipes, repaint the walls, advertise the flats again, and soon new families moved in, unaware of the tragedy that had already claimed so many lives. The circle would begin again. Years later, a man named Benga moved into one of the flats. Benga was a banker, hardworking, responsible, and ambitious. His wife, Tommy, was a talented baker who had just started a pastry business. They had 2 beautiful children. When they saw the apartment, they believed they had found the perfect home. The rent was affordable. The location was good. The rooms were spacious. For the first few months, everything seemed normal. Their children laughed in the courtyard. Neighbors greeted each other in the stairwell. Life felt peaceful. But the building was only waiting, because the curse always begins the same way. Benga's bank suddenly terminated his employment. No warning, no explanation, just a letter and a handshake. At first, he believed he would quickly find another job, but weeks turned into months. Every interview failed. Every opportunity disappeared. At the same time, Tommy's bakery began to struggle. Orders stopped coming. Customers disappeared. Suppliers demanded payments she could not afford. Debts began to grow. Still, Benga believed things would improve until the day his son became sick. The illness started with a mild fever, then weakness, then a strange exhaustion that left the boy unable to stand. Doctors examined him again and again, but every test returned the same answer. Nothing. No illness, no infection, no explanation. Benga spent everything he had trying to save his son. He sold his car, borrowed money from friends, visited every hospital he could find, but nothing worked. And one white morning, he buried his son. Grief nearly destroyed him, but slowly, grief turned into something else. Anger. Instead of leaving the building like other tenants had done before him, Benga decided to fight. He began speaking with his neighbors, and that was when he discovered something terrifying. Every family in the building has suffered the same fate: lost jobs, destroyed businesses, dead children. The pattern was too precise to be coincidence. Something or someone was responsible. He asked around within his neighborhood. To his surprise, everyone around knows about the haunted house. Determined to uncover the truth,
everyone knows that
Benga confronted the landlord.
I'm sorry you didn't know.
The landlord denied everything. He claimed he knew nothing about any curse. But Benga saw something in his eyes: fear and maybe guilt. That night, Benga made a decision. If the truth could not be found in the city, he would search elsewhere. Benga has a powerful uncle known as Chief Akin. He was wealthy and well connected. He knew people everywhere. He's a political godfather who had sponsored people into important political offices in the country. He is respected by all and sometimes feared. Many people believed he understood forces that ordinary men avoided. So Benga decided that it was time to visit Uncle Akin in Oshobo. If anyone can unravel this mystery, Uncle Akin must know him. So he packed his bags and made the trip to his hometown of Oshobo. He met Chief Akin and told him everything: the building, the curse, the death of his son. When he finished speaking, Chief Akin remained silent for a long moment. Then he sighed. Some doors, he said slowly, are not meant to be opened. He advised Benga to move his family away and forget the building. But Benga refused. They took my son, he said.
And why?
I will find out who and why. Chief Akin studied him carefully. Then he nodded. There is someone who may know the truth. The next day, Chief Akin took Benga to see a spiritualist. The man lives in a small town outside Oshobo. After long consultations with the unseen world, the spiritualist revealed a horrifying truth.
A sacrifice was interrupted many years ago.
More than 35 years earlier, the building in Lagos had been constructed by a man obsessed with power. The man practiced dangerous rituals. He believed he could gain wealth and influence through dark spiritual forces. So he began a powerful ritual inside the building at midnight. He summoned spiritual entities. But before the ritual could be completed, armed robbers attacked the house. Gunshots filled the night. A cultist was killed, and the ritual remained unfinished. but the promised sacrifice was never given. So the entities remained trapped inside the building, hungry. The spiritualists agreed to help, but he warned Benga that confronting such forces was dangerous.
To Lagos.
Together, they returned to Lagos. Late one night, the ritual began inside the cursed building. Candles burned in the dark corridors. Incense filled the air. Ancient chants echoed through the empty flats. The atmosphere grew heavy, oppressive. For hours, the spiritualists negotiated with the unseen forces that had lived inside the building for decades. Finally, the spirits accepted the offerings. The unfinished ritual was closed, and the entities were released. The heavy presence that had haunted the building for 35 years disappeared. Today, the building still stands in Lagos. New families live there peacefully. Children play in the courtyard again. Few people know the terrible history beneath the foundation. As for Benga, he eventually left the building. He found the truth. And the price he paid was something no father should ever pay. And his story reminds us of something many people ignore. Some places carry memories deeper than stone. Some rituals should never be started, because once they are started, must always be finished. Sometimes the hunger of the unseen world is only satisfied when a debt is finally paid. Have you heard of stories like this before? Leave us a comment. We read every one of them. See you in the next chronicle.